thank everyone for coming out today in this beautiful Anderson, Indiana weather, right? This has been a long time coming, as all of you guys know. Back in 2002, J. Mark Waller, the mayor at that time, recognized the need for a new transportation center, and every mayor from that time to the present time has recognized the importance of a transportation center, and particularly the importance of public transportation in our community. Anderson is unique in that we have so many things that make us the strong community that we are, and one of those things is the fact that we understand the importance of public transportation when it comes to moving our population from one place to the other. Over the years, we've used the downtown hub for that, but as you know, it's really been outgrown, it's ran down, and it doesn't meet all the purposes that we need it to meet to be effective in the transportation of our community. So we continued to work hard to look, when we came into office, at what we could do to restart what was once began, but then had many starts and stops along the way. There were issues with working together within our own governmental unit. There were issues in trying to get enough funding available to do the type of project that we thought made sense for the community. But we made it one of our priorities to work to make this a reality. It took a lot of people, however, to do that. It wasn't just the work of any one individual or even a few individuals. Most of all of you standing here today had a lot to do with what's going to happen here in a few minutes and what we're going to see unfold over the next several months in bringing forth a brand new transportation center that will truly be transformative into part of this community. We've worked hard as a city over the last 3 years to help bring back vibrancy to the downtown area. We've remodeled the downtown fire station, bringing it back up to a position where it needs to be, saving millions of dollars. We've torn down blighted properties just across the street here at 13th and Jackson, the eyesore that was there for many years. We took it down. Another one over on 12th and Central. And then we've invested dollars and time into many downtown businesses to help them to be able to succeed. Everything from the Farm Society down the street, to Oakley Brothers, Creatures of Habit, Kettletop, the A-Town Center, to name a few. The Jackson Street apartments that are being refurbished right now, as well as Beverly Terrace. All of those were investments that the city has made, and it's not only the right thing to do, but it's working. This winter, we brought forth an ice skate rink that attracted 8,000 users in just 2 months. This particular project is going to build upon those projects, and it's going to help this corridor of Jackson Street as people come in off of 14th Street or State Road 32. It'll be a great corridor as people come down Jackson Street and see this brand new building that, thanks to KRM Architects and Mike Montgomery, who's here, and Kevin, and the rest of your team that's standing here behind us, were instrumental in bringing forth a really, truly cool architectural development that's going to look really neat. It's going to be 3 stories, it's going to be multi-use, going to allow for retail use as well as for the transit center. It's going to eventually become a gold LEED property, which is going to be extremely environmentally sound. They've done a great job. We couldn't have done it without all of their work that they've put forth, that's for certain. Folks in the city have worked hard. I want to thank, and I'm going to miss some folks, and I apologize in advance for that, but we had meetings every week for nearly 3 years. We knew that if we took the eye off the ball, that the opportunity might go away. We already had the possibility of a few $1 million sitting on the table from the federal government, but we needed more. So we worked closely with our friends at COG, the Council of Governments, and with Jerry Bridges, who's here as well, and they helped make additional funds available in order that we could have a truly 80-20 project with federal dollars going into this transportation project. In addition to Jerry and his team, from the Anderson side, we had Lori Sylvester with CATS, who worked closely with the funding mechanisms and the regulations. And when I talk about regulations at state, federal, and local levels, it's no wonder this project got stalled out over the years. There was a lot of hoops to go through, and those weekly meetings really paid off. So I want to thank Lori. I also want to thank, again, the Montgomery team for everything that they've done, our entire Board of Works members, David Ikes, Dick Sims, Jack Kiesling, and our front staff of Julie Griswold and Stacy Johnson, who are also here, also played an instrumental part throughout this period of time. Leila Kelly, with our community development, we needed to match the 80% portion from the feds with some additional dollars. And Leila, working closely with the folks, with the HUD folks, was able to make available $750,000 towards the match, and we appreciate their efforts. Doug Whittam, our city controller, who's also here. Doug worked with us closely on the funding mechanism to make sure that we had the dollars that we needed. Our entire legal team, Paul Poletsky, Tim Lannon, worked hard to help make this a reality as well. Our redevelopment commission also stepped forward and pledged up to $1.5 million from funds that they oversee. Those members, Danny McGee, Mike Collette, Aspen Clemens, Dick Sims, Kevin Schultz, and with the staff membership led by our economic development team, Greg Winkler, worked to make all this a reality. Again, none of this would be possible had we not come together. When I first came into office, one of the first things we did was we met with the Anderson City Council and talked to them about the importance of making this a reality. We got all members of the Anderson City Council to sign on to this project, and we appreciate their support. We agreed not only on the location, but on the type of building that this would be. None of this would have been possible without teamwork and working together. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today and coming out in the rain. This has been a long time coming. The property behind me here has had many uses over the years. The O'Connor family had it most recently, and I know they hated to see the property go, but I think they'll be proud of what stands here in the future. We want to thank the folks at the Y who cooperated and worked with us as well to help us with some getting some additional space that we needed for this project. I think all of the folks of Anderson are going to be very proud of this when it's done. We hope that there's not a whole lot of disruption in your life as you come down the roads as we start to make these improvements. We hope to have this completed by the middle part of January of next year. And I want to thank the folks with the contracting company that's here today that's going to not only do our demolitions, but also that's going to oversee the project. We have a first-rate contractor that we're going to be working with, and we certainly appreciate all of their efforts. So again, on behalf of the City of Anderson, I'd like to thank all of you for being here, and we can step back and we can watch the beginning of a great project. I will let you know in terms of a timetable, once this building is down, there's one more environmental review that has to be completed. We've had several. In fact, I should mention the late Rick Durham. He and his company worked on one of our earlier environmentals and did a great job. But we're going to have to do one more environmental, and it's so long. I get everybody and say, so long as we don't find Chief Anderson buried under here, we should be good to go. So I'm looking forward to that time period to pass where we can move forward. We are going to be doing some moving of some utilities that you'll notice going on, and then eventually we'll peel back all of the asphalt that we have here in order to complete the environmental review. But once that's done, in about 60 days, we'll be able to begin the actual construction. We do have some renderings up here that you can look at to get some feel for what this project's going to look like upon its completion. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to go ahead and let Todd Fisher and his crew work with the contractors to begin to take down this building, and we'll see another page and chapter in Anderson's history begin. So again, thank you so very much.